Hello everybody, this is Gareth Cahoon Speaks back here with another video. This one here gives me absolutely no pleasure at all. But it needs to be reported on so that people understand why my belief is that gay or lesbian couples should not be allowed to adopt children. And my basis is because you have to be skewed sexually to be either gay or lesbian. And if you're skewed in one direction, who knows that you're not skewed in another? This is what happened to an innocent wee adopted baby who could have had his whole life ahead of him if these two monsters had not have did what they did. Here's the details. Former teacher Jamie Varley has been sentenced to a rare whole life prison term for the July 2023 murder and sexual abuse of his 13-month-old adopted son. Preston Davey, his partner John McGann, Fazarkali, received a 25-year sentence for allowing the child's death and additional abuse charges. The sentence occurred at Preston Crown Court on June 18, 2026, following a harrowing 8-week trial that revealed a statistic campaign of physical, sexual and emotional abuse. The key case details: the victims and perpetrators, a 13-month-old baby. Preston Davey was killed 4 months after being placed with Jamie Varley, 37 years old, and John McGann, Vazarkali, 32, for adoption. Varley was a high school teacher in Blackpool, while McGann, Vazarkali, was a financial sales manager. The cause of death of the child was the pathologist determined Preston died from acute upper airway obstruction caused by objects being inserted into his mouth or smothering. Varley initially claimed the baby accidentally drowned in the bath, but medical evidence showed the child was dry and had no water in his lungs. Extent of the abuse: a post-mortem examination revealed over 40 injuries, including bruises. Internal damage consistent with sexual assault. Investigators also found 13 indecent photos and videos of the child on Varley's phone. Missed opportunities: Preston has been taken to Blackpool Victoria had been taken to Blackpool Victoria Hospital 3 times in the months before his death for suspicious injuries and was seen by numerous health and social work professionals. Sentences and legal outcomes: Jamie Varley handed a whole life order, meaning he will never be released from prison. He was convicted of murder, child cruelty, and multiple counts of sexual assault against the child. John McGann, Fazarkali, sentenced to 25 years for allowing the death of a child, child cruelty, and sexual assault of a child. The public inquiry following the sentencing, members of Parliament and the Children's Commissioner have called for a full public inquiry into how safeguarding systems failed so catastrophically. Look at the faces of these two men, and then look at the face of that innocent, beautiful baby boy. These two are monsters to the highest order. And one of them was even allowed to teach young children. The very ages of the men should have been a red flag too young to be able to be mature enough and too warped to function as parents. How they got past the rigorous adoption process is beyond me, and how this wee child was taken to Blackpool Hospital several times within months and nothing was ever done about it, probably because the couple were gay and this was seen as LGBTQIA phobia, and probably the nurses and social workers didn't want to get blamed for being homophobic. I have no such concerns. I will be proud to be called homophobic if it meant that this child got to spend the rest of his life alive and wasn't tortured to death. There is a place for those two men. And I thank God that He's the judge and the final judge. Shalom, Maranatha, and Hallelujah.